So, Christine, this will be very good for Bonnie because Bonnie always says valued client. How do you change the name?
If you hover over the top right-hand corner of your square that you're in, there's 3 little dots. You click on it and it says rename.
Okay, so when Bonnie listens to the recording.
Yeah, my 13-year-old taught me how.
I'm sure she is valued, but I'm not trying to take that away from her. But it is because we tease her, we'll say, okay, valued customer or client, and she's all, and we're all Bonnie, and she went, I don't know why it does that sometimes. Okay, what are your thoughts? What are your takeaways? What did your feelers tell us what you're thinking of your TWV posts were? And kudos to those of you who did it each day, because we know it's a crazy time of year, but if you were able to do it and at least look at it each day, what were your big thoughts on it?
I gifted a lot of mine.
Your TWV?
Yeah, I have a new person join underneath me. So I gifted mine.
So what does that tell you about your TWV?
It went up. Sorry.
Right? See,
Yeah.
so you were thinking you gifted your PRV, but in reality, you're growing your TWV even when we are gifting these all the PRV or the party, right?
Right.
See, so that was good. What else? What else did you guys notice? Those of you who are able to gander at it or post it.
I did a lot of work this month so far. My team is amazing, but they have not done much at all this month. My 2 main people that are pretty good workers, Jory being one of them, she actually has COVID right now. So she's been in the hospital, in and out of the hospital for the last few weeks. So December's been kind of a non-existent month for her. So for me, it was more of what can I do personally, and just trying to help my team make sure that, when they had orders that needed to go in, I tried to help them as much as possible since they weren't able to get in if they're sick and stuff. So it's been an interesting month.
Okay, well, tis the season, and what's hard is to work our business when people aren't coming to us. And during COVID, during the pandemic, a lot of us got to experience what it was like when people were coming to us all of a sudden. And now what do we do when they're not knocking on our doors? How are we still putting ourselves out there? Mm-hmm. And our whole goal as leaders was hoping that you would get into some kind of little habit of not just writing it down not just looking at it, but writing down your TWV. Because the big picture should be somehow, some way that you're looking at everybody, not just your own PRV. And so now part of your cow for this week is we want you to post your TWV from Monday morning and post your TWV by the end of, before you go to bed tonight. And if you didn't already screenshot that or have that, is there a way for you to go look that up right now?
Yes.
How do we go look up our TWV from Monday morning to right now?
You have to go underneath your performance tab.
We can look up specific days? I didn't even know we could do that.
I didn't know that either.
I know I can look up all my orders, and I've had to go in, okay, so from this day to this day, I just add up whatever those few orders are and I add them together, but I didn't know you could look up specific days. How do you do that?
Did we lose Danette?
No, she's waiting for someone to say. I'm looking because I'm like, how do I do that?
Well, was that the trick? That's why we have to write it down, because there's not a way to look it up?
Okay, because I was like, seriously?
We can go back and look at TWV and months.
Oh, okay.
But this right here, you guys, what you're going to see Brandy go through really quick is why you want to get in the habit, because it's fun to know your numbers, because our numbers don't lie. Your numbers aren't subjective. Your numbers are so telling. Don't look up at the sky and tell us you're not a numbers person. Don't look up at the sky and think, oh, I don't want to write down. Yeah, you know what? You're a business owner and you're doing big things with the business. And this is freaking basic. So if you don't understand it, you need to ask. And it doesn't mean you have to ask right here, right now, but ask your leader, ask your director, ask any of us, PM any of us leaders. Oh my gosh, we're here for you. But you guys, when you see the power of TWV and what on earth are you getting paid for her and him and her and her? When you know what that means, it becomes more fun for you to look at your TWV. And I'm not kidding. And tell me if you agree with this, Yvonne, but I would have loved to have known more about TWV when I was growing my business. Before I was a superstar director, I'm not kidding. I was a superstar director before I was able to dissect numbers. And I had my boyfriend with me. And we all, we did our own, but we didn't have the numbers comparison from year over year, etc. And so I'm not saying that you have to create a spreadsheet every single day. What we're saying is start looking at your before and afters. Before an LTO, did you notice anything after the LTO on Monday? Any of you?
Yeah.
Hopefully. Did anybody's go up?
Yeah,
Mine
mine
did.
went up.
Yeah. Would you have known that if you didn't look at your TWV or at least post it? When you're posting it or writing it down, you're committing it to your memory. I don't care how freaking brilliant you are, you need to write it down for comparisons, because then it's true. It's right in front of you. You're not going to remember every single week, even if you just do it 1 week at a time. So your cow for this week is, and you can do it right after this call, before you go to bed, what have you. But and those of you who listen to the recording, just do it ASAP. Hopefully everyone will get through this before tomorrow night, where it really was a full 7-day comparison of your TWV on Monday morning compared to your TWV Monday morning the following week or Sunday night. And then just talk to us. What did you see? Surprised? Bummed? Hey, that's the beauty of numbers. You get to attach your feelings to it and they're real. You don't get to guesstimate. And all of us will be here to help pull you through, no matter what it was, the good and the bad. So Brandy, we would love for you, because we talked about this a little bit, we would love for you to share with us. Can you screen share, by the way, or can I screen share for you, or can you screen share?
Should be able to screen share.
So would you show us a little breakdown of looking
You
at
have to-
your commission tab?
You have to allow me.
Share. How do I allow you?
It's at the bottom where you click screen share. It'll say it.
Share.
So, but while she's doing that, I'm going to show you. So this is my, this is my Scentsy binder. It's a planner, but I just mostly use it for Scentsy. But I print this every month, and then I can write my numbers. And days that I'm not in my office, I screenshot it. I just check on my phone, I screenshot it, and then I'll go back. So you can see usually weekends I'm not in my office first thing, but and then I can write it in. And on the top, it shows all my things from this month last year. So I can see, like my TWV for last year was 16,948. And we're at, as of Friday, we were already over 15,000. So, I mean, no problem. We're going to beat last year. And that's what I'm like in competition with, is my last year. Because month to month is kind of hard to compare, because months are just better than other months. And then I also, my rock stars, I actually do it for them too. So I check their numbers and I look at what is their team doing. And you can start to see patterns that, like, this team, they put in orders like on the 1st, the 15th, and the 30th. You can see where their TWV starts to move. And really the biggest thing with TWV is just when you start watching it, you'll start seeing patterns. And that's when you can start looking at, you'll see something instead of just waiting for a rock star or somebody like awesome to stand out, when you start watching those numbers, you'll start to see that pattern.
Then you'll help them stand out. Do you see that I made you a co-host?
Did you
So
do?
Can you do you see share screen at the bottom right now?
But it doesn't let me. Did you? I'm on here twice. Did you do the other one?
I did it on you where you were talking. Let me do it on
Yeah,
this.
do the other one because that's my computer.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. All right. So here is this is my commission from October. So here here is your frontline bonus. So here's my PRV and here's from my team. So I made way more off of my, not off of, but from my team working than I did myself. And that's where you start to really make the money is the more I put into my team, that bigger that number is going to get. They're going to work. I don't want to say they're going to work for me, but they're going to work their business and I can work my business, but I don't have to do double time, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Well, the great part is we do not get paid unless we help others grow. So that's the beautiful thing. It's not like anybody's working for anybody because we're not anyone's bosses. But when we can learn to build and grow together, then magic happens. And did you see how Brandy just clicked on the down arrow on her frontline TWV?
I was going to show too before I did that was if I go back, like, so we're at 1900 for this October. If you go back to last year in October, it's a huge difference.
And if you're not sure where she's clicking, if it goes, ask, because you want to be able to do this. It's so fun. Yeah, even if you're not a number, I never used to be a numbers person. And now I'm going to say I'm a numbers person, even though I'm not a numbers person, but I love the numbers because it drives me. I love it.
So I earned over $900 more from my frontline this year than last year.
Look at your director generation bonus last year in 1 year.
0. This year, $1,100, almost $1,200. And what happened? Even if I just go back to May, when all of COVID started, and I was like, oh my gosh, all of my events are canceled, all of my everything is canceled. How am I going to work my business? Because I was an event person. I didn't have any directors. I was like, what do I do? And I really started focusing on my frontline. So if you go down here to this frontline TWV, you can see I also had that was the first month I had a director promote.
Wait, I want to interrupt just real quick.
Yeah.
So look at that. When she had another team member promote to director, she got an extra almost $188 plus and change. Almost $200 more off of the same person that she's been earning money on all along that person's career as she's helping that person grow and they grow together. So you're getting paid to learn as long as you're applying yourself. You're getting paid to get this degree called Superstar Director Achievement. You're getting paid to learn to hit the next rank advancement. Not like any other degree where you have all these bills to pay. So think about that as you're trying to put your time commitment in it. If this were a class or a degree you were seeking, I mean, come on. You would go to class 2 or 3 hours a day, 3, 4, 5 days a week. Is our business not that important for us to know that the income is twofold, tenfold that of doctors and etc.? Come on, you guys, look at that. This is the beauty of numbers. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
It's so good to be a numbers person. And it doesn't mean math. It just means following. It means writing them down. So I think a lot of people are scared of being a numbers person, but it's not you math and create graphs and all that stuff. You literally just have to write it down because you can see patterns in numbers. So if you click on this frontline TWV bonus, what I did in May was I went to all my frontline and I said, who's still working? Like, do you want to make money? Do you want to make it through this pandemic? Do you want to run this as a business? I just need to know what you want so I know how to help you. And those that said, yes, I want this, I focused on them. And you can click on every single one of these and see how much exactly you earned from that person. So, you know, if you click your lead consultants, and I'm sorry, I'm showing numbers here, but you can look like you earned $123 from this person, $35 for this person. So who are you going to start focusing on? Who's working? You can see that. You know, what I'll use one as an example, both of these 2-star consultants, $112, $118. They were barely doing what they were supposed to do, or not supposed to, but they were barely doing star numbers, if that. And I was like, do you want to make some money doing this? And they did. And so I focused on them. And if I go back to October, and we look at those 2-star consultants now. So here's Angie, who was 112. Well, this month it bumped up to 204. And Kristia actually promoted to star, so, or superstar. So the percentage went down, but still it was a higher bonus of 162. And she's almost at director numbers now. Like,
And they and both Christy and I'm not sure, did you say Debbie or Chris?
Angie.
The two that you compared, they both grew.
yeah.
Their TWV grew. Their income grew because of something that Brandy reached out to them and looked at their numbers. So knowing all this that Brandy's showing you, your cow this week is to go back, post your TWV for Monday morning and your TWV by the end of tonight or first thing tomorrow morning, and tell us, all right then, did you grow? How much did you grow? Wait, hear me out. Then you're going to click on your commission report, just like Brandy showed you, and you're going to shout out one person. You don't have to say their name, but you're going to shout out one person. You're going to say, I have a certified consultant who's killing it. Or you're going to say, I have a lead consultant team member who's killing it, and I'm going to reach out. So here is our cow. It's threefold. You're going to post your TWV over a week. Got that part? Yes, you do? Yep. No, you don't? Yep. What you talking about? Show me. Okay, excellent, good. You're gonna post your TWV for 1 week. Step 2, you're gonna shout out somebody on your team that you just realized is rocking it. Even if you already know, we want you to look at the numbers so it pops. And the third part is you're gonna state somehow, some way on your post this week, I am a numbers person. I am a numbers person. I am a numbers person. You can go as far to say, oh my gosh, I love numbers. Threefold. Got it? Moo, moo, moo. Any questions?
I don't know how to stop the screen share.
If you move your, and then you'll see at the bottom, it'll say stop screen, or you can click on it.
On my computer.
You can do it at the top.
It's just not doing it on my computer.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's okay. We love it so much.
So, oh, maybe it's off. Maybe my...
Any of you guys have any questions about what you just saw or what your 3 tiers of our cow are? The last one is you're going to post, I am a numbers person, or I love numbers. We got to start telling ourselves that, because otherwise we'll beat ourselves up as you grow, thinking that you're not. And just like Brandy said, it's not like you even have to know how to do all the math. It's just looking at it right up. I mean, quick glance, just like our team report that we showed you with the chart. It's just quick glance and just get familiar with it. It's a beautiful resource we have on our workstation now that we never had before.
And once you start following your numbers, there are so many other things you can see and do with it. Like predicting what you need to promote, what you need to be paid at title is one of the biggest. It's a little bit complicated, but so I'm not going to go into detail, but it's one of the best things that I ever started doing for my business back in May. I wish I had done it 2 or 3 years ago, but
never too late.
What's that? It's
never too late, right?
Yeah, and it changed so much when I started. And when you know what your team is doing, when you can see their patterns and you can see their consistency or inconsistencies, it just makes your business so much easier, and it makes you, I don't know, it makes it more predictable when you know that you can count on this lead consultant, this star consultant, and where it's going to go from there.
And for sure, it makes it more fun to grow with others who want it too, doesn't it? It makes it so much more fun when you're working with somebody else who is kind of aligned with you. I mean, you wouldn't be on this call right now or listening to the recording if you didn't want more. So that's what's so fun. And I know we always talk about your power partner. It just matters. And you can even pull the team members within your group, pull them up. And it's just, oh my God, it's just so contagious when you get around someone else who is excited about growing. Because you know what? We are all lifelong learners, and we should embrace lifelong learning, because literally it's the only way to grow.
Yeah.
All right. So on the count of 3, we're going to say, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Let's go! Moo. And moo.
Maybe
3 moo-moos this week, right, you all?
Maybe for everybody that's earns the incentive from this group, they need to get the Deja Moo warmer and put it in their office to remind them